/festival.
Well, I'm here with filmmaker Julie Dash. Now we're going to talk about African-American independent films, and we're going to go through such a broad range from Losing Ground to your film, Daughters of the Dust, to Just Another Girl on the IRT, to Ava DuVernay, Middle of Nowhere. It's just such a cross-section of filmmakers and films and different styles of film.
And that's such a wonderful thing, because so often we're, like placed in a box or seen as a monolith. Women's films is niche market, African-American films, they want to talk about this, want to talk about that. But there's a broad range of ideas and genres that we're interested in tackling. And so this is a great beginning.
Well, Julie, now we're going to talk about Daughters of the Dust. I'm very excited. The images are just so beautiful. It was like a 19th century painting,
Exactly.
Was that something?
Yeah, but kind of composed it like tableaus.
I could
because
feel that.
In many ways it was very experimental. I wanted to create a film that resonated with kind of a familial legacy kind of feel for everyone, not just for African-American viewers, for all viewers. And so I started studying paintings and photographs and, of laying things, composing things out in tableau, so, it kind of sticks in your memory. And, yeah.
And also capturing a time in history that...
turn of the century.
Yeah,
yeah.
That doesn't exist. Well, and give us a little bit of background on what the film is about, just for people that have never seen it before.
Okay, it's about the last day a family gathers together for a picnic to kind of celebrate one another and to say goodbye, because they're leaving the Sea Islands of the South and they're journeying north to seek their future, just like it happens everywhere all around the world. What makes this family a little bit different is they're from the Gullah Geechee community, and so they're kind of a microcosm inside of a microcosm. They're African Americans, but their cultural traditions are very different from, let's say, African American descendants of enslaved people who came from Mississippi or Alabama or Georgia. These African Americans were isolated and insulated on the barrier islands off the coast of South Carolina and Georgia, so their connection to Africa was much stronger vis-a-vis their religious traditions, the way their motor habits, the way they even move or stood or held their hands or held their head to the side. Their cuisine was different. It was still very African. And I wanted to do something about something that was very, very authentic to African-American culture, but so authentic to the point where it seems like a foreign film.
It felt like a foreign film. It was learning about a world that I had never, knew
Because I
existed.
love foreign films. I came up on foreign films, and I wanted to see that as a part of our culture as well, instead of just seeing the familiar tropes or what they call the stereotypes or the same genres that we always keep seeing over and over again. I wanted to explore something different. The irony is, with Daughters of the Dust, if the family had remained in the South, along with hundreds of thousands of other people who participated with the Great Migration, if they had remained in that agrarian type of society and not moved up to New York City or Pennsylvania or Washington, D.C. to an urban situation, their lives may have been very different.
That's fascinating. And I also want to mention the film has been preserved by the National Film Registry, which is really fantastic. So from 1991, written, directed, and co-produced by the woman sitting to my left, Julie Dash. Here is the TCM premiere of Daughters of the Dust.